Today, we're going to dive into a really powerful piece of advice, one that all started with a single, profound question. It's a question that actually brought a live event to a complete standstill. So yeah, let's get right into it.
Wow, just take a second and let that sink in. I mean, how many of us have felt that exact same thing, but maybe couldn't find the words for it? Podcaster Chris Williamson, who was actually in the room when this was asked, he called it a phenomenal question. And it is, right? It just cuts straight to the core of what it means to be a sensitive person trying to navigate this crazy world.
So, to set the scene for you, this wasn't some prepared lecture or a TED Talk. This was a live Q&A session with psychologist Jordan Peterson. An audience member gets up and asks this incredibly personal question about the pain that comes with feeling things so intensely. The fact that this was all happening live, completely unscripted, well, that's what makes the answer that came next so potent.
Now, according to the eyewitness account, Peterson didn't just fire back some quick, pre-packaged answer. No, he just paused. He actually stood there and thought about it. You can just imagine the energy in that room, right? Everyone just leaning in, holding their breath, waiting to see how he was going to tackle a question that big.
Okay, so after that pause, what was the answer? Let's break down the advice that he finally delivered. The only way out is through. Whoa, okay. So he doesn't offer an easy escape hatch from the suffering. Instead, he suggests you have to move directly toward it. The idea here is to take that poison, that deep, painful feeling, and somehow, almost alchemically, transform it into a tonic, a source of strength that can protect you.
That is a pretty intense idea. So what does that really mean, to turn poison into tonic? I mean, practically speaking, how in the world do you even begin to do something like that?
Well, this advice really lays out a whole process, doesn't it? Step 1, you have to confront your poison, whatever that deep-seated source of suffering actually is for you. Then comes step 2, and this is the really hard part. You don't run from it, you engage with it, deliberately. Now, this isn't about just wallowing in your pain. It's about studying it, understanding it, learning its triggers. You have to lean in. And then finally, step 3 is the transformation. It's about using that deep, hard-won knowledge to turn the very thing that was hurting you into a unique kind of strength or wisdom.
But here's the twist in the story. Not everyone in that room heard that advice as this profound, life-changing wisdom. The person who was there, Chris Williamson, he had a much more visceral and immediate reaction.
So on one side, you have this complex, almost poetic piece of advice. And on the other, you have this immediate gut punch reaction. That's fucking awful. It's such a jarring contrast, right? And you can totally understand it. Being told to take more of your poison sounds like a pretty cruel thing to say to someone who's already in a world of pain.
So we're left with these two completely different ways of looking at the exact same words. Is this advice a roadmap for profound personal growth? A way to turn your greatest weakness into your greatest strength? Or is it just a harsh, unforgiving prescription that asks way too much of someone who's already suffering?
And that brings us to the final question, and this one is for you. When you hear this advice, what's your gut reaction? Is the idea of moving through your pain a potential tonic, a path to strength, or does it just sound like you're being told to drink more poison? There's really no easy answer here.